Over the past 3 years, the name Tim Cook has become not only one of the most recognizable names in the business world, but also a man with a passion for philanthropy, giving millions to impact the lives of his fellow man. As CEO of Apple, Tim remains a high-profile figure within technology and business circuits around the globe, while also keeping ties to his alma mater, funding student leadership scholarships, an endowed professorship, and no matter where he is, cheering for and tweeting about his beloved Auburn Tigers. Tim Cook is a life member of the Auburn Alumni Association.
A 1982 graduate of Auburn University's School of Industrial Engineering, Tim Cook has gone on to lead one of technology's most successful companies. As CEO of Apple, Cook has taken the company to new heights.
What makes Tim special? For starters, ethics. Tim has an incredibly strong moral compass, and it affects how he approaches his job, how he leads the organization, great sense of values. Second, he has very, very high expectations. He demands a lot from the people around him, but more importantly, he demands a lot from himself.
He pretty much turned Apple around. Apple was not in all that good a shape when he first went there, and they had real production problems. Problems that an IE should be happy with. And he really made the department proud. They called him Attila the Hun of inventory, this magazine did. And of course, that's one of our big concerns is what do you do with inventory and how do you handle that? He consolidated a lot of plants and it got them back on track to be the company they are today. When we got CEO of Apple, it's something that when we're recruiting students, we can say, you know, you can go to Auburn and be successful.
Tim Cook is a great leader because he has vision, he is very decisive, he's highly ethical, he communicates very well so people know what the vision is, and he is passionate about Apple in particular.
I admire the way he's leading corporate America, not only to excellence in technology and business achievement, but in terms of making life better for people and for the environment. The fact that Auburn will recognize that and step up and say, this is an alumnus who embodies the Auburn spirit, who lives it and has achieved it and touched many people with that Auburn spirit. To me, that's great for everybody. It's great for the institution, and then it's great for Tim, and I'm just really thrilled that he's being recognized this way.
While Cook's contributions to the field of technology are far and wide, his commitment to giving back to his alma mater has helped shape Auburn's Industrial Engineering Department into one of the nation's elite.
He approached me a number of years ago and said he really wanted to endow a professorship. And for me, this came out of the blue. I was like, oh, okay, let me look into this, because I wasn't expecting it. Wasn't anything we had really talked about before. And so we worked together again to craft the agreement to have the Tim Cook professor. And he was interested in a professor who not only was a great professor in all of the ordinary ways, but one who was extremely committed to students and interactive with students, and one who also was innovative and forward-thinking in how they delivered education and how they imparted knowledge to students. And so that was done. It was an endowed, and it's been filled by Dr. Kevin Hughes since its inception.
When I was asked to do a letter of recommendation for Tim for the award, I asked the person that contacted me what the criteria were for the letter itself, and one of the things that she wrote back was that the candidate should be a source of inspiration to alumni, faculty, and students. So I thought for a moment, and I was reminded of something that happens now every year for me that sort of gives some evidence that Tim is in fact a inspiration to us all. I'm the faculty representative for Alpha Pi Mu, which is the Industrial Engineering Honor Society that identifies and recognizes the top students in industrial engineering every year. Tim is actually a member of that society, and I have in my hand here the logbook that every member of Alpha Pi Mu at Auburn University signs after they become a member. So after the ceremony now every year, the students who have just been inducted gather around and they come to the book and they search for his name, and then they all pose for pictures with his signature. So I thought, if that's not a demonstration of inspiration, I don't know what is.
Cook also has a lighter side, as someone who is humble and easy to get along with.
He's interested in sports. Of course, he's a huge Auburn football fan, and that's always a big topic of conversation, both during the good times and the bad times. And he also is very much into physical fitness. He's into giving back to the community. He's a humble person. He doesn't toot his own horn, and in fact, it's exactly the opposite. He talks more about the interesting and high accomplished people that he's met and how he admires them.
And sorry to bring this up, Auburn football fans, but Tim was a guest of mine at the BCS championship game against Florida State, and unbeknownst to me, the tickets that I got from ESPN were right in the middle of the Florida State section. So Tim had to sit through that nail-biter of a game with a terrible ending and be the calm, cool, collected Tim Cook that we all know very well, but I guarantee you he was not feeling that way inside.
Tim's so humble that he usually wouldn't take too much pride in an award, but given it's Auburn and given what a War Eagle he is, I think he'll be over the top excited about this.
Congratulations, Tim, from the Summit Store in Birmingham.
Tim Cook, innovator, philanthropist, and an outstanding Auburn man.